let's see, what movie do I want to watch? See, I already saw it, not interested. I also saw that. Let's see. The Emoji Movie. Alright, I've heard some bad things, but I'm a brave person, so I might as well do it. However bored you were with that, you'll be more bored with this.
Really funny. The trash truck, is, as I'm filming this review, this trash truck is actually, passing by. I don't know how ironic that is. Well, maybe it's a recycling truck. Well, if it is, then that would make sense, because this movie's recycled AF. But, yeah. Isn't that ironic, because this is such a garbage movie?
Yeah, Hollywood actually did it. They made a freaking Emoji Movie, and I saw it opening day at 4:20 p.m. At least it was free. And the reason I wasn't renting on it then is because this is the first time I've been like home alone for like the entire day. Because I was on vacation for the last 2 weeks, I wasn't able to make any videos. So, and rather than do like one of those normal reviews of like those movies that those usual reviews that I do, instead I'm going into a deep analysis on why this movie is a cinematic abortion. Now, from the movie's first line alone, I knew I was in trouble. Gene was saying that emojis are the most important thing ever invented. What? No. Emojis are not the most important thing invented. Because, like, they're not even the most important thing for a phone. Because you can just actually talk to people with your phone instead of being a huge booth and just sending them different, like, pictures of, like, emotions or, like, something like that. Or, like, even just using words. Like, no, you have to use your emoji. Like, okay, emojis, I don't necessarily hate. But if you're gonna, like, overuse them, then that's kind of a problem. But just, like, it's not really something that you should be talking to someone with. Just, like, using as, like, occasional expressions. I use them every so often with my friends. And so then Gene just goes on, like, a rundown on, like, what emojis are. Like, in the, like, emotion one, they have to always, like, show one emotion. Like, for example, the laughing one has to, like, always be, like, laughing even when he just broke his leg, and the sad one always has to be sad just even when he won the lottery. And, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, to me, I think they would probably all have emotion, but, like, it would only make sense to, like, just make those faces, like, during like, the emoji thing, when they're, like, being selected. And also, Like, he says that, like, the poop shows up and he has it. Well, like, in a way, kind of, but, like, he's always, like, has to be like, eh. Well, he obviously couldn't see that. I was just, like, kind of smiling like the poop emoji. I'm wearing my mask, so you can't see my face. Yeah, but they actually, I will admit, they did have one joke that made me chuckle in this entire scene, where, you see Gene knocking down some, like, symbols, and he was like, oh, sorry, I knocked down a emoticon. I gotta be careful around the elderly. That was, like, a joke that, like, kind of worked. Like, I chuckled at that joke, but it was the only joke, like, I even, like, came close to, like, even smiling at in the entire movie. Like, yeah, that's how bad it is. And so, yeah, Gene starts walking through the city, and he keeps having, different emotions. Like, you see him making the, kiss sign, kind of, to babies, which kind of indicate... You know, I'm not gonna explain it because this is the kind of PG channel. And then the babies start crying. How do they know, like, what emotion he's supposed to be? Like, they don't even, like, you couldn't even tell, like, if you were to guess. And also, like, he just starts acting fancy around the monkeys and stuff. So, yeah, and then he goes to, like, the whole, texting thing, I forget what it's called. And you see him, laughing at a joke where it's an elephant next to a cloud. Like, the elephant, like, his back is, like, here, and then the cloud is going like this. And, yeah, it looks like he's farting in it. And I'm gonna be completely honest, when I first saw the trailer and they showed that, I thought that would probably transition into a different dirty joke. I am not really going to talk about it. So, yeah, and then, his parents, who aren't, like, even mad emoji, they're just depressed. And they, talk about some stuff, it's bugging me. And they, like, talk about, like, what if you make the wrong face and get sent out of the phone? That line actually, like, makes no sense. And then, like, he, like, is like, no, Dad, I can do it. And then, like, he gets the, door slammed on him by, the Patrick Stewart poop and his son. But then, like, okay, in the trailer, it's like, okay, what do we do after we go to the bathroom? Do we wash our hands? Ha ha! We are number 2. No, the kid literally just randomly said, do we wash our hands? Without any, like, context whatsoever. And so Smiler, who is, like, boss emoji, is giving a, like, rundown of everything, and, like, everybody's, like, getting their squares and stuff. And then, yeah, and also, just one thing that I noticed, you see, Patrick Stewart poop, like, actually making the, being selected as an emoji, yet it's clearly mentioned in the previous scene that his 10-year-old son would be doing the square today. Keep in mind that, yeah, this is, like, actually clearly Patrick Stewart's emoji. Like, I don't remember if he talked, but, like, he didn't look like a kid. And just... then Gene gets his square, and then he goes into there, and then, Alex just so happens to select the mat, and then, yeah, he just, like, makes a whole bunch of different faces, and it just comes out in this weird, awkward emoji, And this will come into play later in the movie. I'm just gonna warn you, and I'm just gonna get really angry about it. So yeah, and then like there's this big meeting, but we don't see the meeting. We see Jean waiting outside the door. And then a bunch of other emojis look sad because like something was decided. And so Jean goes in and then Smiler says, "Oh, you're a malfunction, we gotta delete you." Yeah, that didn't make sense to me because like if emojis were really alive, I don't think that's how it would work. Granted, there are at least 2 other Met emojis that exist, but like they're just kind of getting to a retirement age, and like also like what if like once they die, who will be the new Met emoji? You ever think about that? Nothing makes sense, I know. So then some bots start chasing Jean down, and then all of a sudden High Five rescues Jean, and they like kind of hide in the Luther Lounge. And the Luther Lounge is like there is this eggplant. The eggplant emoji's in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people use the eggplant emoji, especially adolescent teenagers in high school. And yeah. And so yeah, and High Five was actually once a popular emoji, but like he lost fame due to his lack of use. Care to explain why he wasn't really used that much? Well, care to explain why he was used in the first place? Cause I couldn't tell ya. And also, one thing to note, High Five is basically supposed to be like the comic relief of the movie. I didn't find him funny. Like, I know that's not really saying much considering like barely any of the jokes in the movie were funny, but like, yeah, I didn't like him in it. And then High Five and Jean try to go to a piracy app to find Jailbreak, who is an emoji that wasn't used before, and coincidentally, another emoji that was female, that was like a princess, went missing and left the phone. How could this all add up? So yeah, they have to try and go to a piracy app to like look for Jailbreak to like see if she can help them be a like kind of help them with like I guess making Jean all malfunction. I guess that's how I could describe it best. And you wanna know what the description of Jailbreak is, at least in Jailbreak form? She has like yellow skin kind of and purple hair. Sound familiar?
No, not at all.
So yeah, then they leave the app, and then Smile is like they start to learn that Alex might like try to reset his phone because like he thinks his phone's broken because of the emoji. So there's this new subplot where like Smiler sends out more bots to go look for them because they've now left Textopolis. And Mel and Mary, Jean's parents, also try looking for Jean, and like there's this whole subplot about like whether or not they like break up or something. So yeah, they go to the piracy app and they meet Jailbreak, and Jailbreak wants to get to Dropbox, which is one of the many product placements in the movie. So they travel through a bunch of different apps. Now look, product placement in movies, I don't necessarily mind them as long as they're not like straightforward and obvious, like in this movie. Like, there's product placement everywhere. Do you want to prove? Let's see, we got Dropbox, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, emojis in general, and yeah, pretty much a bunch of Candy Crush and Just Dance, yeah, those ones too. And if they're like straightforward, obvious, and like frequent, then yeah, I'll just get tired of them, and it's just gonna be blatantly obvious. So then after that, they like go to YouTube, I think. This is around the time that I took a bathroom break, and I just wanna say something. I saw this young couple that was actually like going out of those same doors that I like walked out of to go to the bathroom and walked back in to go back into the movie, and then I saw them going to the exit for the theater. I wanted to go with them, to be honest, because, like, I was getting tired of this movie, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. I've sat through probably some worse pain. I've seen Pooperman 4, The Quest for Penis, which is actually what I call Pooperman 4, The Quest for Peace. And, yeah, I don't think it can be that bad. Turns out it is. And so, yeah, they go to Candy Crush. And nothing really important happens except for Gene maybe dying because he could be matched with the yellow candies. And be honest, I wish he died. Like, there was this whole, like, fantasy with, like, I think it's, like, him, like, blowing up. And I wish that was the actual movie. But, yeah, he actually survived it, and I'm pretty sure that scene was only for product placement. And then they go to the next product placement, the next app in their journey, which is Just Dance. And before they go to Just Dance, we learned that Gene can be fixed in the cloud, which just so happens to be where Jailbreak wants to go to live. Who knew? So yeah, they go to the Just Dance app, and alright, Christina Aguilera voices like dancer, I guess. And yeah, the dance. And guess what song they play when they're dancing? Feel This Moment. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and they like have to like dance to like get to the end, and Jailbreak. Alright, and this is when we learn that like Jailbreak is actually the Lost Princess, whose real name is Linda. And alright, what I'm about to say is like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, because I have friends of like all different races, but like she is like kind of yellow, I noticed, in like normal form, but like when they like but when she's a princess, she had like a darkish white kind of skin. Like, if you're gonna like have her like be the princess, at least have her like be the same color skin. Like, I'm not being racist or anything, I'm not discriminating, I'm just like saying like it should be like the same for the same person, unless they're actually like doing looking in like it's like a really good paint job or something like that. And that bugged me. And also, like, okay, another thing, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but she left because of stereotypes. People of all over, like, discriminatory thingies, I guess you could say, all around the world, there are minorities. Yet they don't want to. They don't not want to live on this planet. Well, some probably do, but none of them actually leave this planet just because they're stereotyped. Like, I don't want to live on this planet anymore, but that's because I've pretty much lost hope in humanity, especially after this series of Gifs and audio. I refuse to call it a movie yet anymore, because that's basically what it is. And guess what happens next? The bots come and find them. And then something miraculous happens before they can get them. And this miraculous thing is Alex deleting the Just Dance app. And it does also kill the dancer. And also High Five also like gets sent into that realm. And I wish it killed him, but it just he just went into the trash. Gene and Jailbreak survived, but High Five just went into the trash. And with him were like a bunch of other people from the Piracy app, including the trolls, and the troll thing, like, it was pretty obvious that if a movie like this were to like have like trolls in it, these would be the kind of trolls in it.
And plus, if I were to do like trolls in the movie, I wouldn't do them like as they were portrayed in the movie. No, I would have done them like in character form. Like, for example, as you can see here, this is a troll account for Gene the Met emoji. And trust me, I've seen a lot of troll accounts. Like, I found Strickland, Jesse, Mike Myers, Cat in the Hat, Bob the Builder, everything. Like, there are a lot of troll accounts, and I know a lot of people don't like these accounts, but I actually am sometimes amused by them. But that's how I was done, but considering the fact that Sony's too poor and they probably wouldn't be able to get the rights, I can understand why they didn't do it.
So we cut back to the Mary and Mel subplot, and what they're doing is they search through Instagram, and there's this like picture of Paris with like couples walking everywhere, and then they like separate and go to like different sides of a fountain, and then all of a sudden Mel goes over to Mary, and guess what's on him? A tear. So the only reason Gene is a malfunction is because his dad was also a malfunction. You know what? It's not even worth it to get pissed by this. I mean, didn't we already see this coming? Just from the get-go? And I think it was that around this moment where hold on, let's see, where is it? No. Ah, here it is. This. Yeah. When I pull out my fidget spinner during a movie, that means the movie's officially terrible. And yeah. So we go to Spotify, and I don't really use Spotify. I use a cheap version. It's called SoundCloud. And yeah, they're like going through this river, which I guess is supposed to like resemble those beats, and they have to go through there to go through the trash to find High Five, and then Jailbreak is like, yeah, I like you just the way you are. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you like. You actually have to be. It's actually what you have to be, which is meh. But it's too late for that because you already screwed up and now everybody's gonna die. Please. So yeah, they finally make it to the trash and they bring High Five back up. But then an upgraded bot catches him, and guess what? They evade it. Why? Why couldn't that good of a bot take them and kill them? Why? Just kill them already. So yeah, and then they get to a firewall and they have to guess what Alex's password is, and guess what it is? Addy. Is it me, or is this guy just the most creepy person in an animated movie? Just... And then they finally go to Dropbox, and Gene admits his feelings for Jailbreak, but then Jailbreak just says that he wants to go on the mission, and then he turns back and do what they claim to be mad, but that's basically proof of it being depression. So he lets the bot take them and bring them to back to Textopolis. Although why didn't he just destroy him on the spot to make the movie end quicker? So yeah, the bot brings Gene back to prepare him to get destroyed. But then Jailbreak and High Five get back and they're able to stop him. And then Mary and Mel come back and they're also threatened. But then Alex makes it to the phone appointment that he had. and he starts to wipe his phone, and everyone starts to die. Now, I made this promise with my friend that if one of two things were to happen in the movie, I would automatically give it an A+. The first thing was to end like Sausage Party. It didn't. And the second one is if everybody died, and everybody starts dying, and like, but then, like, this is where the, for the scanning thing comes back to play. Gene goes to a square, and then he just makes a bunch of different faces, and then it sends to Addie. But when it sent to Addie before, it just was like this random mixed picture of like crap. But now it looks like a GIF emoji. What? Like, did it like automatically change over time? And the thing that happened after that just angered me. Like, he realized that Addie gets a text like that, and then he unplugged the phone. Everything goes back normal. And then yeah, Gene just accepts that he's a GIF emoji now, and then Natty and Alec finally gets the balls to speak to Addie, and they go to the dance. And guess how the movie ends? A dance party in the recently used section, which High Five's been trying to get in the whole movie. After that, there's also a mid-credit scene where Smiler goes into the lube lounge, but who cares? I'm done. I'm done explaining to you why this is a terrible work of nothingness. Do not see this movie. I'm not calling it the Emoji movie anymore. It's the Ebola movie. And the Ebola movie gets an F! Easily the worst movie of the year. Nothing's topping it. This review took me 4 hours to film. 4 hours to film a review that's about more than 25 minutes, maybe even closer to 30. But you know what? I'm done. It's over with. Star Wars Fan of 3 signing off. See y'all next time.